Hello, everybody!
What's up?
Welcome back, Agents Aftershock. We're almost done.
Yeah, it's what is this? The
episode before the season
finale.
finale.
No, I was trying to think of the fancier word. The penultimate episode, as it was. Yeah, we decided to try something a little new. We decided, why not just actually have the episode run behind us, and Jared here will throw up images or certain shots when we talk about them.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot to say about this one. This was just kind of the standard build-up to it being, well, we're almost at the end.
Yeah, for some reason, I got it wrong.
It was weirdly underwhelming.
I thought the finale was, this was going to be the finale, but then before I actually saw it, I saw the trailer for the new one pop up, because I was at work and I was just, I have new TV promos as suggested videos that pop up for the shows I watch a lot. And it was like, episode 20. I was like, oh, I guess there's 2 of them left. But it kind of spoiled the end for me. And I was a little disappointed. It spoiled the very end of this episode where Ghost Rider shows back up. But you called that. You were like, Ghost Rider will probably show back up and kill somebody.
Well, I mean, he's a very iconic property, and so just having him there for that one little snippet really doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably throw down with the Superior, like you were saying. And
hopefully. Am I the only one who caught the MODOK reference?
I think I missed it. When did they talk about MODOK?
When Ada kills one of the Superior's bodies, is like, do not worry, that one was designed only for killing. And it's just like, wait a minute, you're a head that's floating in a jar. You look kind of big. Are you gonna fucking be MODOK now? I mean, you are a robot.
You could.
It could be some kind of weird matter transportation. Try to make him a real man with superpowers type deal.
Well, we definitely got the whole Ada Fitz thing kind of resolved. Like, he's not evil at all.
No, well, I figured they wouldn't. I kind of hope they would. Part of me hoped they would toy with this a little bit more, kind of make him go through a little bit of psychological trauma with it. But at the same time, I'm really glad that they're just going, you know what? No, this isn't in his character. Let's just get through this. Get through this. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll work with that.
And he's like, I'm not in love with you. There's no bleach.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, there's one woman in my life, and while I thank you for, letting me experience your body and everything, you're kind of crazy. And then she went all psycho girlfriend on him.
And she has more than one. And she loaded herself down with inhuman powers.
Yeah, which is honestly the best idea you could do. I mean, if you're gonna give yourself powers, give yourself all the powers.
Yeah, she can teleport, and now we found out she also has the powers that Lincoln had.
Yeah, she has that, and she has a healing factor.
Yep, and Fitz and May both know how many powers she could have. It was like, you remember all the fucking experiments we did? Run!
Yeah.
And May was like, we gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah, she was very much, it's time to go, everybody. Back on the plane. Bye.
We might have enough fuel. Let's go. We gotta run.
Yeah.
Now.
It's like, that is no longer an option, kids.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I say, this episode didn't really do a whole lot, but at the same time, it set up everything, I think, fairly well for what's going to happen, which is probably going to be a Ghost Rider Superior showdown. Or now it's actually probably looking more like a Ghost Rider Ada showdown.
Yeah.
That being said, I did like how they started to develop Ada having a conscious and a ethical core to her.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it was like, well, she is kind of batshit crazy. And then right there, when she's talking to Fitz, it's just, oh yeah, nope, she's still batshit crazy.
Yeah,
she just really got this crisis of conscience about doing this one time, and then things didn't go her way, and then all of a sudden, that was what that booming was. It's thunder. We're getting another storm, probably.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of getting windy. So if things start sounding weird, that's why. But
And she was like, also like outright immediately, she went to the spirit. I demand you bone me.
Yeah, she just throws him to the ground and starts smashing his head in. She's like, I killed you and that felt great. Let's fuck.
I know.
Alright, whatever.
There was so.
How many of those did he effing build?
I don't know.
A better question: how many changes of clothes did that man put on that submarine?
He was living on it, so probably quite a few.
I don't see him as a very, very spruced up individual. I see him having like 2 or 3 outfits.
It's all the same outfit.
Right, but I don't see him getting into his wardrobe and just going, which white shirt with no sleeves should I wear today?
He seems
Is it one with no gravy spot, one with gravy spot, one with little gravy spot, one with minor brown gravy spot over gray gravy spot? I wish I live in Russia still. Choice not matter. Tell me what shirt.
But I enjoyed his little throwdown with Coulson at the beginning. He's like,
that was simultaneously one of the coolest and most graphically disturbing images they've ever done.
It was like, you have no like, where's the shield to protect you now? And Coulson was like, pew!
Funny you mentioned that, and then it just slices up through the first half of his face, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow!
They like to remind us that Coulson still has that thing in his hand. Like,
and they officially reminded you in the best way possible, because it's like, Jesus Christ!
He only uses it like once or twice a season. Like
right.
he used it in the prison this year when they were breaking out Robbie's uncle before they knew what trouble he was.
Well, that's kind of that also speaks to the biggest problem that I have in this is that I don't know what their budget is, but I'm guessing they're taking away from it. Because stuff like that should be like commonplace. I mean, you're trying to build this world where you have all these really cool powers and characters. But
I think the biggest part of the budget goes to Daisy.
Probably.
Like, she is the one who uses her powers the most. Everything else, like all the other powers we see except Ada's and like Lincoln's, could be very practical effects. Like
they've been using a lot of practical effects this portion of the season, and I'm really liking it more because I appreciate practical effects a lot more.
I think they've been saving the budget for the finale too. Like, you're gonna have a lot of Ghost Rider. You're gonna have a lot of Ada's powers.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to have to be one hell. Oh, finale! Oh my God, this is I work a full-time job overnight, and this is basically like my 3 a.m. because somebody didn't like get off his ass and
I fell asleep.
Do his effing job. Anyway,
I came home from work and went to bed.
That's always your excuse, isn't it?
It's not my fault. We're on different shifts. There.
Never do what I want to do.
There.
Is this why you won't look at me during?
You need to stop, sir.
Anyway, part of me is really angry because this is the finale, an episode before the finale, and while it sets everything up, I'm mad that there should be more here at the end of this season, because we've had Ghost Rider, who will be there, but we didn't get a lot of them. We didn't get a whole lot of things done with the LMD story arc.
It was mostly just
It boiled down to Ada getting a real body.
Yeah.
And superpowers.
I'm a real boy.
Yeah. And
with superpowers.
Yeah. And they then have to get Yo-Yo and Mac out of the framework.
Yeah. That's the last thing pretty much that happened is Yo-Yo decided, because they went back to the base and Talbert, God love him, just showed up and was like, no, we found Mace's body, terrorists. You're
it was quaked to bits. I was just like, somebody probably sat in a writing room for about an hour and a half trying to make that line happen.
Well, it was like they thought Daisy did it. It's like, no, we found Mace's body, terrorists. You're. What? It was quaked to bits. I was just like, somebody probably sat in a writing room for about an hour and a half trying to make that line happen. Well, it was like they thought Daisy did it. It's like, a building fell, but you can't really explain that that a building fell on him in the Matrix.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's okay. We were hooked up to this computer, and then a building fell on him, and he died in the virtual world, so they killed him in the real world.
Yeah, when his body...
Better arrest them all!
His body wouldn't have had those...
Well, the superior makes a quip about it to Ada, because she walks in, and he's like, I hope this was worth it. I had to spend a long time putting hammer to that man's body.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, that's kind of unnecessarily graphic, but whatever.
No, yeah, and he was there twisting the hammer around
at
the beginning of the episode, as they saw. Well,
I don't know, man. It just... They're really going to have to do something either extra special, because they are getting renewed for a 5th season.
Okay.
It's already been stated. Or...
Yeah, this is like ABC's, like, big show now, because their big Sunday show, the main character just left once upon a time. And, like, they don't know if they're going to come back for a 7th season with her, like, dipping out, because, like, most of the people their contracts are up, and they're like, we need to give them more. Because, I mean, the graphics on that show aren't great, but it's, it has a big following.
Right.
But, like, this will probably go to, like, one of their bigger shows.
Maybe.
It shows at different times in different locations, too. I found that out. Like, in Canada, it shows, like, at 6 o'clock, almost.
Oh, Canada's weird like that.
Yeah, but then, like, here in the States, it doesn't show until... Like, it tries not to directly compete with the CW, because the CW runs 2 DC shows the same night. So, here it runs at, like, I want to say 9. It usually, like, we watch it on Hulu, but...
I have to watch it next day.
Yeah, because
for those of you out there, you know what time zone you're in. We're in the Central Time Zone, so it'd be about 9, 10.
Yeah, it comes on at like 9, like for us, so it doesn't compete directly with The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow.
Well, honestly, if you're going to do that, that's probably your best bet. You do it too early, and then people are going to go, wow, that was kind of fun. Let's go watch the others.
Yeah, well, that's what originally happened is this has been on a season longer than The Flash, but and it was in like this 7 o'clock time slot, and then The Flash came along. They're like, no, we can't, we can't compete against it. Move it now, move it, move it.
How dare DC make a popular TV show by using likable characters and fun scenarios?
Right? Better watch.
That's Marvel's thing.
Better watch out, Sean.
You bastards!
We'll get labeled as DC fanboys this time.
Oh, shite!
That dude still cracks me up. This dude called us Marvel fanboys when it's like, you've obviously never watched any of our other videos.
Well, I mean, that's the price we pay because we speak honestly about some stuff, and I hate to say it, but Marvel's cinematic universe is just batting 1,000 so far. I mean, like, the closest stumbling block they've had have basically been their sequels. And even those, for the most part, outside of, I think, Iron Man 3, I would say would be the closest thing to a flop. But even then, there's something to get out of that for some people.
Iron Man 3 made a lot of money.
It did. I'm just saying, like, from a fan standpoint, Iron Man 3 was not that great. No. But, I mean, even then, it made a crap ton of money, and it hit a wide audience.
Yeah, so, as to where, like, with us talking about the TV shows, I mean, they've had a few hit-and-miss seasons of their TV shows.
Right, and I think that's been it. You just hit the nail on the head. Their TV shows, I don't think they know how to direct such a long-spanning project like this. Yeah. That has to happen on an almost weekly basis.
Well, they do this, and then they do the...
Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is more or less a new IP for them.
Yeah.
So they don't have as much of the comic books to draw off of. While they have certain vignettes they can use, something for what they're doing, there's not really a precedent for them to work off of. DC, on the other hand, is making shows basically directly out of their comic book origins with like the Flash and Arrow, and so they're able to pull stories almost directly out of, what is it now, almost 80 years worth of history.
Almost 100.
Is it almost 100?
Superman was 20s, 30s?
I'd have to check that. Your math might be off by a couple of decades.
No, I know Superman was the late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there.
But, yeah, they've got so much more history they can pull from.
Yeah.
And they've been doing that. They've been doing a really good job, and I think that's Marvel's biggest problem, is they need to find something that they can pull from to make a show out of.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Defenders is supposed to be just like a mini-series, not a full-blown season.
Right.
So I think it's supposed to be basically like 2 Marvel movies cramped together, and I'm down for that.
So, like, 6 episodes and they're done?
Probably about... Miniseries usually run about 4 hours, so probably about 4 to 5, maybe
4 to 5?
6.
Yeah, that'd probably work best.
Yeah.
But, yeah, honestly, and the Netflix series as well.
You've had a lot of hit and miss with the Netflix.
You've had a lot of hit and miss, but again, that comes down to personal choice. I loved Luke Cage.
I did
I
too.
loved the first season of Daredevil. Second season was a little because they didn't really do anything with the hand. And Jessica Jones, I was never a big fan of Jessica Jones in the first place, but I watched basically until the very last episode to the point I was like, I'm going to take a break. And
I actually just rewatched Jessica Jones, and I still enjoy it. I like it more than you did.
There's a lot to like about it, but at the same time, I basically just hit a wall with it, and I was just like...
And then I'm the only one of the two of us that actually made it through Iron Fist.
Yeah, you made it all... Did you make it all the way through?
I did. I watched until the season finale. I made it all the way through
I've heard that it gets better.
It does.
But at the same time, it does not present itself well when it starts up. But anyway, that's a story for another day. I got nothing left to say about this, do you?
I'm just kind of... I'm hoping the season finale definitely delivers like the way these episodes have been delivering.
Right.
Like, they got a bunch to pull off, because we haven't had a decent season finale in, like, 2 seasons. Like, I was very disappointed with last year's season finale. Yeah, I mean, we finally got rid of Ward, but... You know, it's like...
Thank God. We might not dodge that Ward coming back bullet yet, so...
yeah. Speaking
of them...
Why did, like... Yo-Yo just, like, wakes up in, like, a blown-up building, like...
Strapped
to a table, and it's like...
Or not a gurney, but... Like a psychological trauma unit.
Yeah.
My big question is, they stated several times if they removed Mac, or if he was disconnected, he dies. Flatline. Brain death.
Yeah.
But now Yo-Yo's going in to retrieve him, even though the power shut off, so he should be dead.
They pulled the equipment and stuff, like...
But the power shut off.
I don't know.
He should be dead. I mean, they're blowing up the base behind us right now. I mean...
It's like, oh, we got it on, like, AA batteries. You got about 15 minutes.
Oh, good. It turns out there was a waterproof supply power. We didn't lose him.
Well, they had to move May around so many times. I can imagine there was, like, an independent power source.
Maybe. But, again, we saw Mac's equipment next to him shut off, so...
yeah, that was some poor... They're like, well teleporting. Make it... I gotta give it to Fitz, though, man. I thought Ada was gonna turn around. Like...
I was actually kind of looking forward to that. I was like, if they actually make an ally out of this because Fitz talks her out of everything...
The range...
I would 100% be okay with that.
The range that woman can play is good.
No, they have got a really good cast of characters and a really good cast of actors.
Yeah.
And they're all doing everything they can
to
make this show succeed. like I say, the biggest problem they have is in their writing department, where I think things are starting to get stale. Well, they were right up until we pulled this out, but
yeah. And next year, really, I'm kind of worried because they're pulling. Marvel is doing 2 new shows. They're doing Cloak and Dagger, and then they have a team working on. I think this will be more Fox. There's another X-Men based TV show coming out called Gifted.
Okay.
And then
this is supposed to be like the Professor Xavier.
Yeah, and then you have Legion, which is Xavier's son that did get approved for a 2nd season.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see some fresh blood come in. Maybe some of the writers will go and write other things.
There's about to be a lot of competition because DC also just announced Black Lightning. Yeah. There's gonna be so much super.
I'm amazed that it's still called Black Lightning.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have been asking questions about it. Like, nothing's known about the show, I think, except the cast at this time, because they're like, will Static show up? It's like, what? Why does Static need to show up? He's a different character. Yes, he has the same power set, but
right.
Will the other characters show up? Well, it's like, well, maybe let him be by himself for half a season before you try to shoehorn the Flash and all them. Oh, hey, we need your help. You gotta come help us with this thing. And it kind of really makes me wonder if they're gonna run some of these shows as half seasons, because that's how DC does. Legends runs 3 to 5 episodes shorter than all the other shows. But then with we have our Netflix stuff with Marvel that they do 13 episodes, and then you have this gets 22.
Right.
And then so that kind of makes me wonder where Cloak and Dagger is going to sit at, with it being a freeform show.
I think it'll depend on what the network wants.
Freeform, they usually shoot their seasons it does usually their first seasons only get 10 to 13 episodes, but then the second season of their shows basically has 2 separate seasons, but they call it a season to run together, and it's that's 2 completely. I hate the whole A and B season thing. It's that's 2 different storylines.
Oh, we have A, B, and C with this one, so
it's well, you run 2 different
extra third angrier.
You run 2 to 3 different storylines, and it's that's a couple of seasons broken up. Yes, I get that you have a longer running season, but the story's not all consecutive.
Right.
That's. You might as well, start breaking it down. They're no, it's A and B, or part 1 and part 2.
Right.
And it's blah.
Well, either way, we'll just have to wait and see on that. Much like how we'll have to wait and see for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Finale.
I'm excited Robbie's back. I really am.
I'm a little worried that he came out as Ghost Rider, because he went in as Robbie. Didn't he?
Yeah, the promo showed Robbie.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because Daisy was I thought I'd honestly never see you again. But then, we had very much we did get reminded, hey, he's still there, because May was asking all these questions. What happened here? What happened here? And Coulson was very reluctant to tell her, hey.
Well, how do you approach the subject of being your robot self tried to hit on me, and then tried to kill me, and then replaced me with a robot version of me?
The best way is we drank the bottle. Because they were saving that bottle of whiskey for a very...
I honestly really like the way that...
She's you son of a bitch!
Yeah, no, I like the way that May came back and was basically just Coulson, we're friends. We're very good friends. But that's where that line ends.
Thank God. She shut that shit down.
Yeah. No, like I say, if they keep this writing staff that they've got right now going for next season... It's going to make for
an interesting dynamic between the two, I think. Because, he'll still have, you know, kind of these feelings. And I mean,
She
Robo May did have all the same emotions regular May had. It's just she was kind of programmed with a purpose. So we don't know if that was real or
unknown fourth protocol that RoboCop was also programmed with.
Yep.
So it's online. I forgot to set myself to busy. Whoops.
Oh
well. But yeah, I honestly just am interested in what they do for the season closer, and if they choose to keep this writing team for the next season, I think they might have a shot at something good, provided they don't try and pull the whole A, B, and C story arcs.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's good. Like, I'm trying to think brainstorm, think of what they could do. We'll probably speculate a lot next week. We might even do a speculation video about it. Who knows?
But, there you go. Let us know if you'd like to see a podcast variant, and we can whip something up there.
Speculate where this is going. All right, guys.
Whip it all up.
I think that about wraps it up, Sean.
I think so, too.
So until next time, we will see you guys later.
Later.